Next, let us finish the prerequisite by provisioning the Kubernetes cluster in Huawei CCE for SIT, the system integration testing, and the production environment. So basically, we will use the lower spec to create two node pools to achieve the higher availability to avoid single node of failure in each of the environments. So we can easily provision the resources by using the Terraform apply command with pre-configured of the YAML scripts. So right now, I need to cd to my project directory in which I store the source code of the YAML script, and then enter the Terraform apply command and click enter again. Same goes to my production environment. I also need to cd to the project directory and then enter the Terraform apply command to provision the CCE resources in the production environment. So as you can see in this terminal, it is started to provision the resources in the SIT environment as well as the production environment. So basically, the CCE provisioning process would take around 6 minutes to completely provision the CCE resources. So right now you can see that the resource is provisioning completed. And then next, we can navigate to our CCE console for both the SIT and the production environment to check and make sure that the resource is created successfully. So let me refresh the page. So this is my SIT, the cluster inside my SIT account, the SIT system integration testing environment. And then another one is the production cluster, which is inside my production account. So right now we can proceed to prepare the DevOps environment in Huawei DevCloud. So under the DevOps account, search DevCloud, and then under the DevCloud console page, click on the Access Service button. So now we are in the DevCloud service page. And then firstly, we need to create a new project and give a desired name for this project, which is by entering here. And then you can click OK to submit the project. So I'm not going to create a new project because I already have one here. And then after you created the project, you need to create a repository, the Code Hub repository for your project. So under this toolbar, select the Code Hub, and then it will direct you to the Code Hub page. And then from here, you can click Create Directly, and then enter your repository name, and then others remains at default, and click OK. So again, I'm not going to create a repository because I already have one here. So this is my code repository for my DevOps demo project. So after that, click inside your directory, clone your project by using the link provided here into your local machine so that each time you submit a new code, you can push from your local machine to the DevCloud Code Hub. So in your code editor, in my case, I'm using the Visual Studio Code. Enter the command git clone and paste the link that you have copied just now, and then click enter. So right now you can see that the repository has been cloned to your local machine. So navigate to this code repository directory. And then right now, I'm going to paste all my project files into this directory. So right now, I'm going to add all my files and then commit to the code hub in DevCloud. So after that, will be git push to push my file to the code hub by using the git push command. So you can see that the code, all the files, the code, my development code, the source code has been pushed to the code hub DevCloud. So navigate to the code hub and then we refresh the page. You should see all your code, the files has been stored here. So once we done this step, we are now good to look onto different scenarios to demonstrate automated CI and CD process using the pipeline. So in this demo, we are going to automate the continuous integration for SIT environment with the use of CI pipeline as shown in the diagram here. So the developer, which is responsible for the code development and changes, are required to submit code to the code hub repository by using the git command. So new commit to the code hub will trigger the process of the cloud build that create the demo apps container image, which then perform tagging and push the image to software repository for container SWR, which is the Huawei Cloud Native Service. So next, the cloud deploy will deploy the application by using the build image to Huawei Cloud Container CCE cluster that we have created earlier that resides in SIT account before the application can run in a production environment in production account. So when there is a test case failure in SIT environment, developers are responsible to debug the code and commit changes to code hub repository in order to trigger the pipeline and start again the whole process until the application testing result is satisfied to be deployed in production environment, which achieve the purpose of continuous integration.
Thanks for watching this episode on Cloud Focus. I hope you like it. Please scan the left QR code for more documents about Huawei Cloud technologies and the right QR code for more help in a Huawei Cloud Developer Forum. There's more to come, so stay tuned. I'll see you next Wednesday.